Alright, this video is in response to those who have asked me to make more videos and to clarify, to explain some basic ideas of Kashmir Shaivism and in particular some technical terms. So I decided first to explain what is Vimarsha, what is actually meant by Vimarsha. And sometimes for some reason this term is not very easy to understand, especially for those who are just beginning with Shaivism, trying to learn. But why? Because Brahman as Prakasha already appears in the Advaita Vedanta, so many people know about it. But Vimarsha is not easily understood. And I know even some very learned people here in Varanasi who haven't studied Shaivism, but really have difficulty understanding what Vimarsha is. So in order to do that, I'm going to use Maheshwarananda's Manjari. He describes the nature of Vimarsha in verses 11 and 12, but he begins to describe Vimarsha in verse 10, saying that the Vimarsha is the reflective awareness of Prakasha. So I'm going to begin today with verse 10, or at least most of the verse, and then reading the commentary, and then coming up in next couple of weeks, verses 11 and 12. And I hope that will be helpful for people to understand what is actually meant by Vimarsha. So the verse reads, verse 10 reads, Udro jvalati prakasho loka lokasya mangala pradipaha Vimarsha dasha mukhena dahyate malali taila nishyamdaha. So we are going to read the commentary, and in commentary he gives the explanation of all the words. And so in that way we are going to come to the meaning of the shloka. So the verse, the commentary, Yoyam aham janami mama spurati iti ashesha vyavaharanushyutaha prakasha rupo arthaha sakalu loka manasya bhavarashehe aloka manasya khapushpadehe bhavajatasya cha pradipavat prakashataya anubhuyate. Now, here he says, the reality in the nature of light, prakasha rupo arthaha. So that prakasha, anusyutaha, it strings together, it holds, you can say, within itself, ashesha vyavahara, the totality of the worldly activities. And what kind of, what does that mean? What worldly activities? Loka manasya bhavarashehe. So the collection of entities that loka manasya, that shine in this world. So this, everything that appears in this world, and also kapushpadehe bhavajatasya, and also the entities that are like kapushpa. Kapushpa means heavenly flower, sky flower, and that sky flower is not real. But although it is not real, it still appears and shines in consciousness, in perception. So from that perspective, it is also real. So both Sat, Asat, Sat and Asat are included within that Prakasha. So all of that is included in that Prakasha. And that is Anubhuyate. So all of this is experienced. How Prakashataya? By that light. That light shines as this computer, the book, everything that exists. It shines, and it also appears in our perception, in our cognitions, such as yo ayam aham janami. For example, this is an example. I know this in this way. Mamas Purati iti, that shines to me, that appears to me in this particular way. So all of that is experienced by means of that light, prakashataya, and it is pradipavat, just like in the case of lamp. Now what does that mean? It means when we come in the dark room, we don't see anything. But when we lit the lamp, then everything becomes clear. So everything becomes visible. In that same way, everything shines because of that light, the light of awareness. Everything appears within that consciousness. Tadrak prakasha abhavena vishwasya anda tamasatva apatihi iti pragapi aruchama. Now he said, we have already said before that in the absence of this kind of light, in the absence, if this light wouldn't be there, the world would fall into deep darkness. Ataha evahi asau mangalataya upanyastaha. And therefore, it is mentioned in the verse, Mangala Pradipa, that Pradipa, that light, is Mangala, it is auspicious. Idam hi tan mahan mangalam. Now, what is the great auspiciousness of that light? Now he's going to explain. Yat stamba kumbha adinam anyonya svabhava parihara shankam niksvabhavatva sambhavanam yapokya tesham tatha bhavatvena avasthapanam. Now, what's the function of this light? Now, what does it do? First, avasthapanam. It establishes tatha bhavatvena, the reality as it is. Tesham. Tesham refers to stamba kumbha adinam, to the jar and pillar and all the other objects. So it establishes them as they really are. Vyapohya, having removed the niksvabhavatva sambhavanam, the possibility, having removed the possibility of their total non-existence by its appearing. And also, anyonya svabhava parihara shankam, and also removing the doubt of their mutual existence. What does that mean? It means that although all of the objects, books, pens, window, door, everything is of the nature of light, but we recognize them as being separate. We recognize this book as book, this chair as chair, and this is also the great Mangalam, Mahan Mangalam of this Pradipa. Now he further describes Sacha Urdvaha. This is again from the Shloka. Urdvo Jvalati Prakasho. So this Sacha Urdvaha Swayam Prakashataya Prakashya Vargotino Bhavan Jvalati Samprati Patya Sprati. Now he further describes the nature of that light. Sacha Urdvaha. And that light is Urdhva, it is above everything else. Bhavan, being above everything else, Jvalati, it burns, it shines. Now what does it mean that it is above everything else? It is Swayam Prakashataya, Prakashya Vargoti, no. It is above all the other lights. Deta Prakashya. All the collections of other lights, such as bulb or sun or mirror or any other light here, because that light is prakashya, it needs another light for its shine. However, this light is swayam prakashya, so that's why it is above, that's why it transcends all the other lights, because it shines by itself. And so this is the an important quality of this prakash. However, this is not enough. It is not enough for this light only to shine, because other lights also shine. And so therefore he says, Tadha Vimarsha Rupa iti yaha kaschit svabhavataya svikartavyaha. Therefore we have to accept the existence of another type of innermost nature belonging to this light. Vimarsha Akya, which is called Vimarsha. Why? Anyatha, otherwise, Darpana Adi Prakashavat Asya Jarhya Kakshya Anupravesha Prasanga. Otherwise, there would be an undue occurrence of other elements, such as insentiency existing in that light, just like in case of Darpana Adi Prakasha, just like in the case of mirror. The point here is that mirror, although reflecting the light, is not, or spatika, or is not aware of, it doesn't know that object to be reflected in it. It is jara, it is insentient, but has the nirmalya, has the purity to reflect other objects within its nature. However, it is not aware. So, but another distinction, another quality of this light, in addition to being svaprakasha, shining by itself, is that it is aware of, or that it knows the objects reflected in it. And that aspect of this prakasha is Vimarsha. It's called Vimarsha. And to support this idea here, he quotes a verse from Ishvara Pratignakarika. Prakasha tu paraktopi spatikali jaram. The whole verse reads Svabhavam avabhasasya Vimarsham vidur anyatha Prakasha tu paraktopi spatikali jaram. Now, in that section, Utpaladeva is explaining the nature of the power of knowledge, and he's making the point that, arguing with his Buddhist opponents, that all objects in their seed form have already to pre-exist in that light in order to be manifested. Otherwise, they could not arise, they could not appear. And but the problem here arises that this Marsha Icha, the first impulse of creation that arises, is a type of vikalpa. And so how can that vikalpa be associated with prakasha, which is pure light? So in order to answer this, so he says that prakasha has dual nature. It is two in one reality. There is a shining light, self-shining light, and also the aspect of another aspect of it, which is Vimarsha, which, so the light shines, it appears as everything around us, but it is Vimarsha by means of which we know this book to be a book, this table to be a table, this mattress to be a mattress. So here he goes on a little bit further, but at this moment, at this time, I'm going to stop here. And verse 11 and verse 12 will be coming in the next couple of weeks. And I hope this will be helpful to people to understand the real nature